All right, my beautiful people, man. Good morning to you. Good day to you. Thanks so much for joining us here. We are broadcasting live this morning on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, and Instagram Live. This is the New Black Wall Street Book Club, where we'll be actually picking up and continuing on our journey into Think and Grow Rich, a Black choice. So if you give me just a second, good morning to you. Fruit Bowl, thanks so much for joining me. As you guys are connecting, go ahead and let us know where you're connecting from, what city, what state. And this is really just a commitment to personal development. Readers are leaders, and I really want to help as many people as possible to get your mind right. Change the ways you think, you'll change your life. And I believe that if you get your mind right, you'll be able to get everything else right. You'll be able to get your money right. You'll be able to get your relationships right, and whatever else it is that you have going on in your life that you're saying, hey, it's a little bit out of sync, out of line. New year, so why not make a commitment to personal development? Make a commitment to developing your mind. Make a commitment to quality mental health, good mental health, which can spew out into every other area of your life. And so, give me just a second, man. I am actually doing this thing called liking and sharing, letting people know that we are here across the network. And then we'll get right into it. Again, we're going through the book Think and Grow Rich, a Black Choice. We're in chapter number 2. It's 30 minutes a day to keep broke away, 30 minutes a day of dedicated time to make a difference in our lives. And so I am doing this thing here. We'll be actually picking up on a story of Madam C.J. Walker today as well. I really like this book. It's got a little bit of Think and Grow Rich from Napoleon Hill. It's got a little bit of As a Man Thinketh in it, and it's got some Black history. And I'm really excited about the Black history portion, because to be able to learn and be inspired by stories of the past, so we can learn from history and we can change our future. And so that's what we'll be going through today. So if you've heard of Madam C.J. Walker, hopefully you'll enjoy today. Maybe you haven't heard her story and how she became that first woman multimillionaire. But we'll be picking up on a little bit about her story today and Think and Grow Rich, a Black choice. This book is written by Dennis Kimbro. I'll share with you. I'll share the book with you in just a second. Again, I'm just hitting this like button, this share button, and letting people know that we are here, and we'll get this thing crack-a-lacking. Good morning to you, by the way. As you guys again are connecting, and let us know where you're connecting from, what city, what state. Always love to know just how far our connection goes, how far our reach is, man, using this wonderful thing called the internet. Here again on the New Black Wall Street Book Club. Today's episode is sponsored by ERDJ Black Bazaar. We do have some wonderful journals for you to be able to pick up. You can go to www.erdjblackbazaar, and I'll share a journal with you in just a second. But yeah, you can go there, pick up a journal. Great way for you to capture your thoughts, capture your $1 million ideas this year. Stop letting them pass you by. You know, stop letting them pass you by. What's going on, Tiasha? Thanks so much for joining. Stop letting those quality ideas pass you by. Capture those things, and then move forward in life, man. This is New Black Wall Street Book Club. Hey, you know what time it is, man? Time to get the show on the road, man. Mr. DJ, let me get up some of that music, brother.
New Black Wall Street Book Club. Evan Jefferson, brother, much love. Educating, elevating, because in knowledge is the power, and we'll never give it up. Literature's for the masses. Where to put your money down, now how to watch your assets. Yeah, uplifting others is a passion. My brother Evan, he will turn it into action. New Black Wall Street Book Club. You should come read with us. Yeah, we comprehend and discuss. If we all just come together, there's no limit for us. Here comes your host, New Black Wall Street. Evan, take it away. New Black Wall Street Book Club.
All right, my beautiful people, man. Thanks so much for joining again. ERGJ, CEO of ERGJ Enterprise, and ERGJ Black Bazaar, back with the New Black Wall Street Book Club, where Black folk do read, man. You put in the book, we absolutely will find it. We're going through the book Think and Grow Rich, a Black choice, success guide, a guide for success for Black Americans. We're now in chapter 2. Last night, had a wonderful time connecting with finishing up chapter 1. And so in case you don't know, as we go through these chapters and we read, we actually come together and learn how to apply. So if you want to be a part of the book club, you really want to go deeper than just getting some of the knowledge, but you want to learn how to apply these principles, these concepts into your life. so you can actually change your life, then just consider joining the New Black Wall Street Book Club. Inbox us if you want to get more information about that. It is a deep dive where we come together. We learn how to actually apply these things that we're reading into our life. And so we do have that available for you. Today we've been going through chapter 2, imagination. Everybody put in console imagination. This is where we're going to start, imagination. In case you don't know, chapter 1, we talked about the mind, really taking control of our minds. Now we're going to be talking about imagination. Is going to be the chapter 2, imagination, ideas in action. Ideas in action. Today's episode is brought to you by ERGJ Black Bazaar. Again, we do have the quality journals available for you. This one is the Trust in the Lord journal. 128 pages for you to be able to capture all of those thoughts, those ideas, get that stuff out of your head, guys, and get that stuff on paper, and then review it, and then start to do something with it. And so we want to do some stuff a little bit different. We want to take our life to a whole new level here in 2019, man. I'm telling you, all of the successful people talk about how much they journal, whether it's journal, diary, whatever you want to call it. And so, do you have a journal for 2019? Well, if not, just again, you can pick you one up. It's only $12 to pick up. That shows your support for what we're doing here, trying to help as many people as possible to take control of their life. You got to do that by taking control of your mind. Hey, let's get right into our reading today. Again, 30 minutes a day to keep broke away. Imagination, ideas in action. Imagination, ideas in action. Again, from the book Think and Grow Rich, A Black Choice. Think and Grow Rich, A Black Choice by Dennis Kimbro. Pick the book up and you follow along with us. Again, and you have an opportunity to join New Black Wall Street as well. Hit that like button, that share button, let people know that we're here. Invite people that you know are looking for change, or looking for something new, or looking to develop this year, and then hopefully they can bring their stuff and we can do this thing together, right? We can do it together. Imagination, ideas in action. First three quotes. One from Oliver Wendell Holmes says, "A man's mind, once stretched by a new idea, never regains its original dimensions." A man's mind, once stretched by a new idea. Everybody put it down, so idea. A new idea never regains its original dimensions. Anatole France says, "To know is nothing at all. To imagine is everything." To know is nothing at all. To imagine is everything. And from Genesis, it says, "So God created man in his own image. In the image of God, he created." Image of God, he created. Goes on to write, man, "I have a dream. I have a dream today that the brotherhood of man will become a reality in this day. I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day be judged not by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream." Many people think of Martin Luther King as a voice crying in the wilderness, a single man struggling against the attitudes of a nation. And it is true that as a black man, he was in the minority. Black America did not hold the reins of power and had every reason to distrust those who did. Yet, when Dr. King preached those historic words, he spoke of the vision he had for his country, a vision that would inspire and spearhead victories against inequality and social injustice. By combining spiritual values and a deeply rooted belief in himself and the goodness of man, Dr. King infiltrated the consciousness of a nation and shook it at its roots, forging a racial bond by sharing his dream. He gave democracy a new meaning and humanity a new life force. Now, what do I take away from that really quick synopsis of "I Had a Dream"? One thing I took away is that he shared his dream. Everybody putting out, so share. He shared his dream. Is it possible that you have a dream as well, but you just haven't shared it? You haven't brought it to the world. He had the confidence to share the dream that he had, and we see the ramifications of that once he brought it from this space to this space, from the inner space to the outer space. Things start to formulate, that dream start to become a reality. Is it possible that you got a dream today? Whether it's a dream to build a new business, was it a dream to expand, was it a dream for love, or whatever it is. And you might need to share that dream. Get it out of your inside or your inner space and share it in the outer space and watch that dream become a reality. There's oft repeated phrase of which I must become familiar. It is, "I can dream, can't I?" But this statement bears the tone of futility, as though the person asking has little faith and his dreams will come true. Actually, Anyone who dares to dream and believe in his dreams is the creator to a large extent of his future. Anyone who dares to dream and believes in his dreams is the creator. Do you believe in your dreams? Do you believe? Is this dream that you have or you have had, is it just like, that'll never happen? It's just a dream. It's just a fantasy. Oh, it would be lovely and beautiful to have this thing, but it was just a dream. Do you discount your own dreams? Right? Do you believe in your dreams, or you discount your dreams as if it was only just a dream? Think about that for a second. Though Dr. King's reality was a society of oppression and discrimination, his vision, ever so clear, was a world of love and mutual respect. It is debatable as to whether Dr. King was aware of life's simple dynamic. Man can create anything that he can imagine. Everybody put it in the comments below. Man can create anything that he can imagine. Man can create anything that he can imagine. Let's make it personal. I can create anything that I can imagine. I can create anything that I can imagine. In his many lectures, Napoleon Hill stated, the imagination is the workshop of the soul wherein are shaped all plans for individual achievement. Man's greatest gift is his mind. It analyzes, compares, chooses. It creates, visualizes, foresees, and generates ideas. Imagination is your mind's exercise. It challenges and is the mirror of your soul. Further, Hill wrote, with the aid of his imagination, man has penetrated the stars, conquered the seas below and the air above, and created a simpler and easier quality of life by combining ideas and action. Combining ideas and action. So it's the idea backed by action, doing something with that idea, doing something with that dream that moves you into a space of fulfillment. The imagination is a great workshop where the potentialities are practically unlimited. If you have studied and fully digested the preceding lesson, you know that the materials out of which you transform your thoughts are assembled and combined in your imagination. In the previous chapter, you were brought into the realization that life is collectivized thought. Now, by closely examining the power of creative thought, you will come to know that imagination is one of the most useful tools ever endowed to you by the Creator. Ideas are the starting points of all success. If I put that in the comments below, ideas are the starting point of all success. Ideas are the starting point of all success. Now, what that says to me is that if I don't find myself having the level of success that I like to have, I may want to start by capturing more of my ideas. I might want to start by writing down more of my ideas. I might want to start by taking that dream and putting that down, making the vision clear, writing it down and making it plain. Might want to start by capturing these ideas that are given to me through my imagination by the Creator himself. And then once I can capture it, everybody put in the comments on capture. Once I can capture it, then I can do something with it. But if I loosely let it slide by, if I let it pass me by, then it's going to be hard for me to do something with it, because once an idea is lost, it's not as easy to recapture that thing. So capture it when you have it, right? Ideas are the starting point of all success. It takes only one idea, followed by action, to create a fortune. It takes only one idea, followed by action, to create a fortune. By examining the following illustrations, you should develop a clear understanding of what this process entails. By following the following illustrations, you should develop a clear understanding of what this process entails. The next section, the mighty power of imagination. Madam C.J. Walker. Madam C.J. Walker engraved her name on the tablets of time by cultivating her imagination. At a time when the average Black believed he was either too young or too old or ill-prepared to move beyond self-imposed limits, Madam Walker dreamed big dreams. Born in 1867 on a Louisiana farm and advised of poverty, she was orphaned at 7. Sarah Breedlove, as she was then called, barely eked out an existence. Many days there simply wasn't enough to eat. In search of broader opportunities, she left her family's farm for life in the Mississippi Delta. Sarah settled into her new surroundings, working wherever she could. As a domestic and a washerwoman, she's trudged countless miles through towns and back roads, lugging her laundry basket while she dreamed of better days. But neither lack of money nor influential friends would deter her from a date with destiny. Why? Because what she possessed was far more powerful than either: an unlimited imagination. An unlimited imagination. Everybody put that in console. Unlimited imagination. Madam C.J. Walker possessed something that's far more powerful than just money or influential friends. She had an unlimited imagination. Like so many who have looked for success and found it, Sarah searched with her mind's eye. She gazed at her world with its outward appearance of deprivation, hunger, and misery. With fresh eyes through her imagination, she saw opportunities all about her. She saw opportunities all about her. Her job as a domestic under the wealthy aristocrat family exposed her to the social graces of the upper class. As Sarah went about her daily chores, she was particularly mindful of the appearance and grooming habits of the well-to-do. She believed that all hair textures and skin tones were naturally beautiful, but she also believed that natural beauty, it needed enhancement to realize its full potential. She wanted to develop a product that would meet the specific needs of Black Americans. What if someone could create a hair care system that could straighten and soften coarse hair, she thought. Sarah's mind, now filled with a purpose, sensed an opportunity. With a new let me stop it. You ever started asking some questions about this thing called life, or about some of the things that you see? You like, what if? Everybody put in the console, what if? What if, right, someone could create a hair care system that could straighten and soften coarse hair? It's something about that question, what if? Because it leads you to not just consider the problem, but really start searching for some solutions. And then it puts the kind of onus on you, say, well, I guess I need to find a solution. That's what happened when I wrote my first book. I was like, what if someone wrote a book about the richest Black people in the world? And that what if led me to like, well, if ain't nobody else gonna do it, I guess I'm gonna do it. What if we could, whatever the what if, I don't want to go too far with this, because I got some ideas I'm working on now. That all started with the statement, what if? What if, right? What if kind of unlocks the possibility, I think that question unlocks the imagination. What if, right? And I was eventually saying, how many guys would agree that you had those what if moments? And then she was like, man, what if we had this? And it was maybe a wayward idea that you didn't capture, you didn't write down in a journal because you didn't have one. And then you find out, or you see that what if moment that you had, someone else had that what if moment and they did something with it. And then they created something that you had the idea for. You had the what if question. You had the aha moment, but you didn't do anything with it. And then you see that what if, or that solution that you thought of, someone else did something with it. And then next thing you know, they're reaping the benefits of their action. And you're still like, what if? What if I would have did something with that idea? What if I would have worked on the dream that was given to me? What if I would have took the time to actually capture my thoughts by you getting a journal and journaling every day? What if I would have took some time every day to think and meditate? What if I would have read the book? What if? What if? So Madam C.J. Walker, or Sarah Breedlove, she's called, she asked that question, what if someone could create a hair care system that could straighten and soften coarse hair? She thought. Sarah's mind is now filled with a purpose, sensed an opportunity. With a newfound goal and definite purpose, she worked hard and earnestly. Every waking moment outside of her duties as a domestic, she spent concocting hair formulas and methods that would carry out her objective. Pushed by sheer desire, Sarah continued to toil into the early morning hours until an idea finally struck. With an initial investment of less than $2, carefully saved from her meager earnings, she commissioned a metalworker to manufacture a special pressing comb. She later developed a procedure combining her Walker comb and a special hair preparation that would not only straighten coarse hair, but give dull, dry-looking hair a soft and natural texture. In 1905, Again, over 100 years ago. And this is why I'm really digging this book, because it's really saying to me, man, if Sarah Breedlove, Madam C.J. Walker could do something like this, something so magical, something so awesome 100 years ago, when it was more difficult than it is now to become wealthy or successful or rich or whatever. If she could have the determination, she could capture her imagination and put action behind what she believed and what she wanted to do and with her dream. Can't you and I do it today? Isn't it a little bit easier today? What if? Miss Macon said, what if is how I started my business. See, that's what I'm talking. What if? Like, we might be stuck on that today. What if? Right? Oh, where am I? In 1905, Madam Walker, as she was now known, improved upon her original idea and developed a complete line of hair and beauty aids, which she initially sold door to door, transforming herself from laundress to hair care tycoon. Right? Key word there is transform. Everybody put that in console. She transformed herself. She transformed herself. She had an idea. She put some action behind that idea. She worked day and night. She worked on the job full time and she worked on her job full time, and she worked on her fortune part time until she could work on her fortune full time. Let me say that again. She worked on her job full time. Now that could have been, I don't know what that was back in 1905. I don't know if she worked 8 hours a day or 10 hours a day or 12 hours a day. I don't know. But she whatever she did full time, she did that. But then she still took the time, her discretionary hours, to work on her fortune part time. Let me ask you this. How many of you are working on your fortune at least part time? And they say this, that if you go to your job and you spend 8 hours there, you come home, you don't spend any time on your ideas or your dreams, you're not tired, you're uninspired. How many of you are at least, you might got a full-time job, that's okay. But are you at least giving your dreams and your ideas some attention? So you can be like Sarah Breedlove, you can be like Madam C.J. Walker and start working on your fortune at least part-time, right? For millions of women, both black and white, her products were the answers to their prayers. Almost overnight, she found herself in business with assistants and agents and schools and eventually a manufacturing company. This is back in 1905. Before her death in 1919, Madam C.J. Walker could count more than 2,008. That means, hold on. That means the anniversary of her death is coming up soon. 1919, 100 years later, 2019. I don't know when that happened. We might want to capture that. Might want to celebrate, right? Madam C.J. Walker during whatever time that is. I'm gonna try to find out when exactly she died, what date. But for her death in 1919, Madam Walker could count more than 2,000 agents, marketing an ever-expanding line of products, ringing up sales that made her America's first black female millionaire. Right? So from laundress, from obscurity to prosperity. Madam C.J. Walker in 1905. I think this is so important because, I mean, to be able to capture and to be able to share this story with your children, to be able to remember this and say, wait a minute. Times were tougher back then for black folk, right? Opportunities were very limited back then for black folk, right? 100 years ago. But yet in 2019, where we have access, May 5th, 25th. Okay, thank you so much, Fruit Bowl. How you doing? Thanks so much, Instagram Live. May 25th. That's right around Mother's Day. We can do. I'm gonna jot that down in not my journal, but my calendar, so I can make sure that on May 25th of 2019, I put some content out for Madam C.J. Walker to honor her time here on the earth 100 years later, being the first woman to make $1 million from poverty, from from working 2, 3 jobs. But she had this thing called imagination that she did something with. She had this thing called a dream that she put some action behind, right? She had something and she did something with it. Isn't this inspiring? Doesn't it, I don't know about you, but it says to me that if she can do it, I can do it, right? I might, and the thing is, she didn't start with a whole bunch of money. It wasn't like she, in the end, I didn't even really hear, I don't know what all the details are about whether she started with a whole bunch of loans either. She started with an imagination and drive, a desire to have more, to be more, but not just that. She had a desire to be of useful service, and that's the big thing. I want you to think about whatever you do, right? Is your drive to make money, or is your drive to serve? See, I believe that Madam C.J. Walker, she had a drive to serve. It was a drive to serve and bring a solution to a problem. The money came. But if you focus on, hey, I want to just make some money, you lose sight of the service that you can provide. And I think you minimize your potential because you're just thinking about the money. I believe this Madam C.J. Walker was thinking about the service. Man, what if? Oh man, and then, man, how many heads of hair can we help, or can we bring this system to? How many women need this service? Right? And then it was not just black people. She made black people products, but her products were help black people, white people, all women, right? Still hey, Jacqueline says, still using her methods today. 100 years later, wow. I want to emphasize the part above, I want to emphasize the part of the above story that most never mentioned, that Madam Walker's hair care system became a reality in her imagination first. If I put in the comments below, my imagination first. Her hair care system, right, became a reality in her imagination first. Her proud manufacturing facility was built with brick and mortar and hard labor as similar companies were built. These were paid for with the profits earned in much the same manner that profits of all companies secured. But if you want the real story of Madam Walker's success, you must go back to that little country town where she worked as a domestic and laundress for pennies a day. It was here that she used the true materials to build a grand future, materials that were no more visible than the thoughts that she organized in her imagination. Dream. Jesse Jackson says, dream big dreams. Others may deprive you of your material wealth and cheat you in 1,000 ways, but no man can deprive you of the controlling use of your imagination. Men may deal with you unfairly, as men often do. They may deprive you of your liberty, but they cannot take from you the privilege of using your imagination. In your imagination, you always win. In your imagination, you always win. His place in America is assured, but Jesse Jackson is not content to go down in history books as the first black man to run seriously for the presidency and lose. Do we remember that? we got Barack, but do we remember Jesse Jackson? I think back in, I don't know what year that was, that he was running for president. Is that a lost point of history? We had the first black man to win, but we had before him the first black man to lose. The first black man to run, Jesse Jackson. Oh man, I'm really digging this book, by the way. Getting back in history. Is this helping to reinvigorate your belief in yourself? The belief in your ideas, the belief in your dreams. Right? To have some historical context of what was done, what has been done, what was. And here's a beautiful thing about history. It's not something that we have to rationalize. It's something that actually happened. So we can't debate on history. History, it is what it is. It is what it was, and it is what it is. Now, our future, we fantasize about, and that can change and all that good stuff. But when we look at history, this is the truth. This is 2020 vision. This is what has occurred. And we can learn from that and grow from that and be inspired by that and all that good stuff. His place in America was unsure, but Jesse Jackson is not content with going down in history as the first black man to run seriously for presidents and lose. Although his imagination gained for him the opportunity that he wanted, he will dream again. Why? Because how else is a poor black child born to an unwed teenage mother going to rise to greatness? Only through imagination has Jesse Jackson come this far. Do you want happiness? Do you want peace of mind? Do you want position, power, or riches? Then imagine them. How did the Almighty first create man? In his image created him. He imagined man in his mind. Imagination, Einstein said, is more powerful than knowledge, for knowledge is limited, whereas imagination embraces the entire world, simulating progress, giving birth to evolution. Popular folklore has it that Einstein's imagination, not his knowledge of physics and mathematics, led him to the theory of relativity. He understood the theory, as the story goes, when he visualized himself riding a beam of starlight through space. When he imagined what would happen as he sat astride the beam of light, he was able to work out the mathematical formulas that proved his theory. What is true for science holds equally true for other areas of our lives. In your imagination, if your imagination is the mirror of your soul, then you have the perfect right to stand before that mirror and see yourself as you wish to be. You have the right to see reflected in that magic mirror the home you intend to own, the business you intend to start, the company of which you intend to be president, the position in life you intend to occupy. Everybody put in console intend. Again, you have the right to see reflected in that magic mirror the home you intend to own, the business you intend to start, the company of which you intend to be president, the position in life you intend to occupy. Your imagination belongs to you. Use it. Your imagination belongs to you. Use it. This New Black Wall Street Book Club, again, we're picking up a book, Think and Grow Rich, A Black Choice, a guide to success for Black Americans. You can pick that book up. We'll be going through this book. Probably, I imagine we'll probably finish it in February and pick up our second book. You have an opportunity as well to join us, not only just as we stream live daily at 8 a.m., but if you want to go deeper with us, you're saying, hey, I want to take this knowledge, I want to learn how to apply it to my life. And I want to work with people in a group that we can prosper and progress together. We have an opportunity to do that. Just inbox us and let us know that you're interested in joining New Black Wall Street Book Club. We are creating pathways for people who are serious about personal development this year. I found, and I'm serious about this, that I found that as that many of us struggle in the mind. Some say mental health, and I believe that we can cure some of that by, number one, working together. Number two, doing what the successful say that we should do. Number one, which is read. Also, they say, obviously, journal. So I want to make sure that I help as many people as possible to implement these success habits into their life. And I just believe that as we do this, you'll find yourself less stressed. You'll find yourself more peaceful. You'll find yourself developing and making progress towards that which it is that you desire versus making progress towards that which you don't desire. So at any rate, today we've talked about imagination, ideas in action. We started with the I Have a Dream. We have gone over two historical figures, one being Madam C.J. Walker and the other being Jesse Jackson in our time today. And hopefully you have liked and shared this with other people, as we are looking for people who are looking for us. And again, the commitment to personal development. If you fix your mind, you will fix everything else in your life. You fix your mind, you'll fix your money. You fix your mind, you'll fix your relationships. Fix your mind and you'll fix everything else. And I believe that reading and diving into some of this good literature will help us to fix our mind. Well, I'm ERGJ, CEO of ERGJ Enterprise and ERGJ Black Bazaar. Again, we do have journals available for you as well. Go to www.ergjblackbazaar, www.ergjblackbazaar, $12 to pick you out a journal. We got quite a few different designs. Again, for you to be able to capture your thoughts, your dreams, and your ideas, get them out of your head and put them on paper and then do something with it. My question to you right now is, what did you get out of today? What was the biggest point for you? what value did you receive today? We want to make sure that anytime we come and we broadcast, especially for those who join us live, that you get something out of it, that it was worth your time, that you're saying, man, this might be a little different. And of course, as I said to my friend the other day, I said, it's not that I'm looking for the many, because I understand the many just simply won't read. I'm only looking for the few. And I understand that it's the few who are going to change and have a big impact on the many. It's not the many that's going to have an impact on the few. It's going to be the few that are willing to do what no one else is willing to do, who are going to have the impact on the many who are doing the same thing. I believe that if you joined us this morning, that you are part of the few. I believe that I have attracted to myself those who want to make a difference more so than they just want to make money. I believe that I've attracted those who want to make an impact, who want to be of good service, who want to create and deploy their ideas into the earth so they can fix some of the problems and we can bring heaven into our lives. Well, guys, again, I hope that you've gotten something out of today and you have written that thing down, whatever that is for you. And as you share that with us, you can share that here on the stream, you can share that here on our pages, but just let us know, man, what was your takeaway today? What value did you receive today? And if you're interested in the book club, as we're talking about going deeper, make sure you inbox us wherever you are watching this from, whether it's on Instagram, YouTube, or Facebook. Make sure you inbox us, let us know you have an interest in doing that, and we'll talk about what that looks like. Well, again, thanks so much for joining. Remember this, that it takes a village. It starts with us. Let's build as we climb together. You know what time it is, man? Mr. DJ, hit the music.
New black. It's the New Black Wall Street Book Club. With your host, Evan Jefferson. It's time for us to go. Yeah. Now, you ain't got to leave the computer, but we encourage you to get out there and learn and apply all the things you learn at the New Black Wall Street Book Club. Yeah.